having fun. I like to laugh. I like to meet people who can make me laugh.
Louder? Hold on. This is what people want!
Can you hear me now?
I'm a dog! I'm a dog!
Yes.
I'm a doggy! What else?
Can I stream this?
Well,
live?
what am I?
Frog.
Ribbit! Oink, 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 oink! Doug!
Pig.
Doug!
What?
Why did the chicken cross the road?
Why?
Because! All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to get the show started because we have a 5-minute show today. I got to get going. We do not have time to do the show in full today.
Chicken quiet.
Piggy. Come on, Piggy.
I'm just kidding. We're going to have a great show. It is Office Hours Live, starring Tim Heidecker. I'm joined by DJ Douggpound.
Good morning.
And Victor Berger the Fourth.
It's Thirsty Thursday. What's up, everybody?
Sitting behind Victor Berger is Victor Berger the Third.
Pound it.
Vic's daddy
baby.
boy. Grr, baby to you.
Grr, baby.
Happy to have you on the show today.
Thank you. Good to be here.
Coming in from Bethlehem, Pennsylvania.
Bedlam, yep. Bedlam.
And here to see the grandkids. And
Yep, grandkids going to first baseball game tonight. It'll be great. Wasn't happy about the helicopters at 4 o'clock in the morning circling around.
I didn't ask.
What that was about. No, you don't
I didn't
care.
ask your happiness levels.
Okay, well.
Vic.
Watch it. What did I say to you? What did I say to you when you walked in this morning?
Oh no, here he
That's
is.
what I said.
I said, don't take
"Oh,
it
no."
personal. Okay.
Well, you're a handful, Mr. Berger, and you got a handful of a son, by the way.
Oh, I know
What
that.
a handful. I want you to do something for me before we begin the show. What's that? Because you don't do it enough.
What's
I've
that?
been told. I want you to look at your son, look him in the eye, say, "I love you."
I love you.
Hey,
Vic,
all right.
tell your dad you love him. Look him in the eye.
I love you.
Oh, that's nice. That's nice. I'll give you $5 later.
This is the Pennsylvania way. It's always it's very cold. It's very you can't be too emotive. You gotta, even if you say I love you, you're like, yeah, I'll pay you later for that. You know, like
Yeah.
everything's gotta be, you gotta be undercutting your sincerity at all times. That's
I
where
love Batman.
that's where you get that's where the style of humor that I wade in comes from. That's how I grew up. Everything's ironic. Everything's with a
I
wink.
love you too, my queen above 18.
I still got my mirror on Doug, by the way. Doug, good to see you this morning.
I gotta get a picture.
You did it last week. What is this, Groundhog's Day?
I forgot. Tim, can you give me a look in there?
You never do nothing with these pictures.
Well, I'm doing my show.
You're doing my.
I have my own show over here.
There's a gentleman here in the office who's been giggling. And I got to tell you, there's nothing that gives me more joy and pleasure in my life than making this one laugh.
Aww.
Because it's part of the secret. It's the Tim and Eric's secret, I believe, is in the relationship I have with this man. And I think he knows what I'm talking about. But this is not just a giggling man, you know. It is acclaimed documentarian Benjamin Berman. Ben Berman. Not Benjamin Button.
No, not Benjamin. Not Benjamin.
It'd be cool to have him on the show.
Yeah.
Benjamin Button now streaming on Netflix.
Yeah, probably. Thanks for having me, guys.
Ben Berman doing a documentarian bit right now.
Sorry.
And you'll get this reference when you see the documentary, the American Gladiator documentary.
Thank you for the full title. A lot of people just end with like the American Gladiators or something.
Not a
Right?
not an incredibly inventive title. But that's sort of your trademark. Is your
Why not?
It's like, let's say exactly. Speaking of irony, this is what it is.
Exactly. I think people can try to be very like creative and miss the mark cute with
Waco,
titles.
American Apocalypse.
No one needs that stuff. Just it's a documentary about this.
Right, the Waco documentary.
I would prefer that they stay away from that. But I think it's kind of my thing.
It is. And if you see the documentary, you'll see that Benjamin Berman is almost like a Michael Moore. I'm sort of like a Jiminy
Cricket.
No, Jiminy Glick.
Glick.
Don't you think you're a little bit like Michael Moore? Well,
yeah, I think I
you
asked the tough
insert
questions.
yourself in the documentary in certain ways.
I think that's probably the most accurate way to say it because no one asks me to be in these things.
Right.
I just say this is.
Well, we're following your journey, the journey towards truth.
Yeah.
And we see your as almost like an investigative reporter, trying to peel back the layers, peel the onion skin away to get to the truth of the matter.
That's certainly an element of the American Gladiators documentary, as well as the Amazing Jonathan documentary, my first documentary.
Not so much the Evening with Tim Heidecker documentary that you made.
Well, I would argue that actually there was a lot of truth given.
Yeah, it's
the
true.
audience receives a lot
I am
of
a truth
truth
teller.
via
Thank you, Tim.
your comedy.
My
Thank you, Tim.
my commentary
And
humor.
the B camera was just pure, close and truthful. So.
Oh yeah, good stuff.
Tim
Tight.
Apple.
Well, Ben's going to be with us all show. I watched the documentary last night. Usually don't do the research when I have guests on.
I want a slow zoom on me.
Yep.
Put that drone on. Slow zoom on me. Slow zoom on Tim. Wes, what's the director's name? Wes?
Yeah, Wes. He's got it. He's doing it.
He's doing
Looks
it.
good.
Watch the documentary. I usually don't do that with guests. I usually don't do the research. Don't listen to the music. I don't watch what they're here to promote. For
What are you saying?
I did.
Thank you.
And I thought, you know what? I'm going to watch. Oh, it's a long motherfucking doc.
I got a long doc.
It's 2 parts.
I got a long doc.
I got a long
I got a
doc.
long doc. I got a long doc.
Clip that out now.
Bragging again.
No,
Yeah, some would say it's too long, cumbersome.
I got drawn in.
Cool.
Luckily, I had nothing going on.
And if you did, it would have not been watched.
Recovering from a cold. I'm going to get this out of the way right now, folks. It hit me like a ton of bricks Monday. Where's that drop? Where's that ominous
The
drop?
cold, not the doc, didn't hit you hard.
No, the doc.
The doc hit you
No,
hard?
the
cold.
cold.
Yeah.
Give me a. Dong. It hit me like a ton of bricks.
Dude, come on, man. Tight with that. You got to get tight with that. One more time. Take it back. Hold.
Take 3.
And
It hit
whenever
me
you're
like
ready.
a ton of bricks.
Hold on. Whenever you're ready.
No, guys, the drone, the dark drone.
Oh, I got it.
No.
Okay.
The one that I'm doing a callback. Yeah. All right. Now reset. Ready? Stop.
Back to 1.
Stop the drone. Stop the drone.
Okay.
It's a...
You're gonna hit it on my line. Vic, you just.
I'm gonna hit
Can you
the
do
drone
something
on
about your
line?
son?
Set back to 1.
Back to
roll
1.
sound. And Tim.
It hit me like a ton of bricks.
Thank you.
Woke up. We don't need that.
Oh, I thought you were trying that part again.
Why? What does that have to do with anything?
I thought you wanted to sound like the bricks.
Oh, that's actually a good idea.
Right?
Let's
What,
try
that's
that.
a brick
whee,
falling.
The whistle?
Yeah, that's the bricks
No,
falling from
If
the
you have
telling
an impact,
Yeah.
It's more
I'll
something
do
like
that.
this.
I'll do that. Drone, ton of bricks.
Hit me like a ton of bricks. Monday, woke up, sore throat,
Yeah.
stuffy,
Yes.
congested.
Right.
I said, fuck. I haven't had a cold in
And it
4
wasn't
years.
COVID. You didn't.
I'm not fucking testing for COVID anymore. It's over.
Yep.
I know it's not COVID. I'm not fever. I know what a cold is.
This is our bubble.
Sure. Who gives a shit?
No more lockdown,
Yeah.
no more government.
I'm over it. But man, oh man. The problem with it is I can't get any good sleep because I keep waking up. The other night, snot dripping out of my nose. I like to sleep on my side. Slowly dripping out of my nose, fluids, and waking me up.
Right.
when it hits my skin.
Yeah, that'll keep you up.
Yeah. It doesn't keep me up, it wakes me up. Pay attention.
Okay. Sorry.
You ever
can
have that
stuff
happen?
it.
You the snot dripping out of your nose, it wakes you up in the middle of the
No,
night?
but my wife worked with somebody who used to work in L.A. at the school bus,
Got it.
and he is an aide, so he's driving along in a special ed school bus, and one kid sneezes in the back, and his nose was yellow, green, all kinds of stuff coming
Got
out.
it.
So the bus driver said, "Here's some tissues, take it back to him." He goes back, and the kid next to him leans over and goes, sucks it all up.
Oh, Dad.
So he says, "You don't need the tissues anymore."
Yeah, well,
That's pleasant.
good story.
Thanks for being here.
Matt,
Big
You
fan.
asked.
is everything okay over there?
Yeah, I'm trying a new thing where I promote the show during the show.
I see.
I'm
Yeah.
on Instagram.
Okay.
I'm making links.
Well, focus on the show at hand. I want to take a call.
Yes, I'd love to.
I want to take a call, a Zoom, and just say hello, good morning.
Here is the first Zoom of the day. Is actually a celebrity Zoomer, Aaron, from the Teeth.
Whoa.
Oh, damn.
Oh, surprise! Surprise!
He's a Philly
Surprise!
guy.
Hello.
Can you hear me?
We hear you.
Can you guys
Oh,
hear
there
me?
he is.
Wow.
Hey, Aaron. Nice to
What
meet
is
you.
up?
I got to
Nice
be honest.
to meet you, Tim.
I thought
Hey,
it was your
everybody.
brother.
Hey, Doug. Hey, Vic.
What's
hey,
up,
Mr.
Aaron?
Berger.
Hey, Aaron, how are you?
Long time no see.
I know it's been a while.
What are you, an
You're looking
Instacart?
good.
Took me a big camping
What are you doing?
once.
Instacart deliveries?
How cool is this?
Looking
Yeah, going
good.
door to door.
What's up, man? Congrats on the band getting back together.
Oh, thank you. Congrats on the 30 by 30. That's great.
Thank you.
I love that Pistons one they did.
Not
The
familiar.
Pistons in the 80s.
Yeah, Ben didn't
I'm
do
not a
that one.
sports.
one.
I'm not much of a sports fan, but yes.
The Bo Jackson one, too, is really fun.
Yeah, all the 30
All
for
30 by
30s are
30.
good.
They draw that.
We
Now-
can list. Should we list them?
Now, are these going to be in theaters? Can you go to the movie theater
Oh my
to see
God!
it? I'm just
We're not
curious.
doing the interview with him right now.
I thought you wanted
what's
to
up,
talk
Aaron?
First of all,
Aaron.
wait,
Yeah,
we have a.
When do we do the interview with me?
We've been. Well, I'm doing it.
This is-
I'm going to prohibit you from talking to the
All right.
guests.
Well, Aaron, I know.
because you.
Well, I set this up, but it's.
Aaron.
I thought he would want to say hi. And
I
then-
definitely. I'm so happy to see
Welcome
you.
to the
yeah.
new
It's
show
been-
that I'm really proud of. It's called Saying Hi to People That Know Each Other. It's a way to connect people from around the
Well,
country and the world.
Let me talk to Aaron a little bit. Let me talk to
Let me
Aaron.
go
So
around just so I
long.
want to see how everybody's doing.
Go ahead. Talk to Matt first.
How are you, Matt?
I'm pretty good.
No, just kidding. You don't have to answer that. No, you guys don't like that.
Can I just rein this in for a second so people understand? You are we're in a band called The Teeth. That
Correct.
became that started out of Philly, out of Philadelphia.
Philadelphia, yeah.
What
And
years are we
Bethlehem
talking?
before
What
that.
years were you guys active?
Early 2000s, 2000 to about 2008 or so.
You
Something
broke
like
up.
that. Broke up.
Why'd you break up?
Let's
2008.
get into it.
Why'd you break up? Just wasn't
A
working.
million reasons.
Wasn't-
It just wasn't working anymore. Needed
Yeah.
to like start a family and stuff. You know, you grow up.
Yeah,
It's like
yeah.
in her 20s.
It's the way to go.
Then
All the usual reasons.
time time passes, and here we are now. There's a demand for this reunion.
Somewhat. I mean,
see.
some people say so.
Vic's
I'm
all
a little
excited about it.
skeptical
I'm pumped.
myself.
I think I'm going to fly in.
I'm thinking the same thing.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
You guys
do it.
love the Teeth. No one told me about the Teeth. I never knew about the
You-
Teeth.
Do you want to go?
love 'em.
You're
I
welcome.
actually
tell you.
met you 2 times.
You met me?
What? Yeah.
Yeah, we had beer
I
together.
grew up with Vic. I don't know if you knew that. Me and Vic grew up. We were working
Okay,
Subway
now it's coming together.
And I got into music and arts because I wanted to be like Aaron because he's a genius, and he's a genius musician. So
They're
that's-
brothers. There's
yeah,
two
Aaron and
brothers in the
Vic
band.
and this
Yeah.
guy are brothers?
No,
Aaron Mo Davis and Pete Mo Davis, brothers. A lot of harmonies, a lot of what would you say? Kind of like the
Beatlesque?
band, the Beatles.
but all the best parts.
all
and
the
it's
best
very
parts of the
personal
best
and cool. Yeah, seriously.
yeah.
An insane
Brian
energy
Ashby,
level live.
Yeah,
Brian
riffing.
Ashby's amazing.
Jonas, fucking
Exactly.
Okay,
We don't curse,
everybody
right?
calm down.
Yeah.
But
A lot of
Aaron-
crosstalk right now, guys. A lot of crosstalk.
Yes, thank you
Can
for
I
calling
just-
that out.
well, real quick though, but like a couple of years ago,
Everyone's on cocaine.
I know. my dad, somehow my dad is the calmest one in the room right now. I don't know how that's possible. But no, a couple of years ago, a Teeth song went viral on Spotify, right?
Why?
Can you talk about that?
Why?
Why?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. It kind of caught on, I guess it sort of became like a hit or something, but, like 10 years too late.
Do you know why it happened? It just out of nowhere?
No,
Just suddenly
it just kind of word of mouth. I don't know. It just like popped up on people's, there's no like initial reason. It wasn't on anything or anything like that. It just kind of stayed alive, I guess.
What song is it? What's it called?
The Ball of the Dead Rat, it was called.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you're doing this reunion at Johnny Brenda's in Philadelphia in January?
That's right, January 12th and 13th.
And then
tickets go on sale for tomorrow.
Oh, tickets go on sale tomorrow.
Whoa,
Friday.
Yeah.
Wow.
So this is like a very professional deal.
Do you expect that? I mean, Johnny
Well,
Brenda's, let's be frank, is not a. This is not Stabler Arena.
I mean, this. To be fair,
we
though,
were never
this is going to
bigger
sell
than
out.
little clubs.
yeah,
this is gonna sell out.
it was all tiny little clubs, and actually that's where I saw Tim last time when he was in Philadelphia at the tiny little club there.
Yeah, well, that was
Very
years
small.
ago.
Oh,
10 years
that's
ago.
right. It was years ago. Yeah.
Which venue?
It was a long
Was it?
time.
Johnny Brenda's.
Oh, you were at Johnny Brenda's.
But this was 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Aaron, do you ever have nightmares about us working together at Subway? Anything like that?
I worked at Subway.
No,
Did you?
I only
In
have
Allentown,
I
Pennsylvania?
tell my children about those days.
That's awesome. Good.
Your
They used to
girlfriend.
throw tomatoes out.
That's right. We throw ham on the
Wait,
roof.
whose girlfriend?
You're saying you were
right.
telling your girlfriend about that?
He said
No,
he
my
told
kids,
his, children.
my
his
boys.
children.
Children,
about it.
okay.
Well, you had somebody
Tell them about
almost
Uncle Vic.
bring a gun in,
I wouldn't need to talk about that.
gun in after
Wait,
you.
what?
Well, you used to. I don't know if it was
boy.
you the day you were there. They would exchange food with other restaurants. You can cheesesteak for
Oh, yeah, I do
Subways and
remember
like
that.
that. Well,
Yeah.
sometimes somebody came in and they had Chinese food with them and they left. And they left it there. So him and whoever else
was like
was
an
working
hour.
after,
All right,
after
all right,
about an hour,
all right.
they
Finish
start
this.
eating. They start eating the food.
Doug, you're losing it, right?
The people came back looking for it, and where's his food? So he says, "I'm coming back." He went out to the car to get a gun to come after these guys. I don't know how they got rid of him. Did they run away or what?
I ducked.
You
I
ducked.
I paid him like 50
So
bucks.
Subway can be a
Man in the
dangerous place to
station when we
work.
walked in.
All right, Aaron. Well, are we going to see more shows?
We don't. Not that we know of now.
I
No,
see.
we're just
You're going to
doing
see how
these
this
series
reunion
together, yeah.
goes.
You gonna put your
Yeah.
seatbelt on?
Nope. I don't do that.
Okay.
Well, Aaron, I want to say I love you, buddy.
I'm just kidding.
And
Love you too. Thanks for having me on.
yeah, and thank you for doing my the artwork for my album cover. And Tim enjoyed it so much that he made a similar copy for his album. So
I saw
Retract
that.
that
I
right
saw
now.
that.
Can I add one thing about Aaron here? He, back in my film school days, he designed the artwork for what was it? Ye Old Enterprise LLC in a very cool crosshatch style. That was you, right?
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Well done. Goodbye.
All right, Aaron.
All right,
good
get
luck,
back.
and I look forward to checking out the teeth.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it. See you
I know.
guys.
see you, Aaron.
All right.
That was cool, man.
Isn't that awesome?
That's great.
City of the day.
City of the day.
Of the day. City of the day.
Big City of the Day sponsor this week. It's so big, in fact, that we are honored to have them show a pre-taped video that they made, a commercial, an actual commercial, and it's going to start. And it just
no
starts
sound,
with no sound.
Cuts Tim off.
No, I'm getting ready. That's not going out.
Oh, I
We're
see.
professionals.
my God.
Have a little trust.
Have a little trust, he says. From where is this trust built? on what sandy, marshy land is this trust built?
What bounce house
I
is this?
see
trust?
all of Wes's cuts. I see all of his cuts
Interesting.
right here in my monitor.
All right, here it is.
Ooh, rough corral. Attention, fellow rock and roll.
Oh my God.
Wes didn't pull it up.
When do we go live, guys?
All right.
This is just rehearsal?
Don't be dumb.
Attention, fellow rock and rollers. Don't you wish you could have a home-cooked meal on the road? You can't always chop your breakfast on a mirror, and there's not enough room in the van for an air fryer or a microwave. That's why I invented the John Dwyer Dryer Fryer. I'm John Dwyer. My simple device can turn any clothing dryer into an oven. Hot dogs, frozen burritos, haggis, tater tots, or any other food that you want heated. Wrap the basket with some sweaty t-shirts and jeans and just toss it in. The heat from the dryer and the moisture from the clothes will cook your meal perfectly. Your duds will smell like meatballs, but that's a good thing. Food sure smells better than shit and cigarettes. Plus, the pungent odor will overpower the stench of Mary Jane when the fuzz pulls you over. That's not all. The Dwyer fryer can hold up to 4 guitar pedals. And it is specifically designed to fit into any Fender or Marshall amp, so you can hide anything you need. It's perfect for driving through Texas. You want to celebrate my fryer? Hire a choir. That's my fryer. I'm John Dwyer. If you like hot dogs, then you're gonna love pizza. So turn any laundromat or green room dryer into your personal kitchen with the John Dwyer Dryer Fryer. Available exclusively at sweatwater.com. It's not weird at all.
There you have it.
The worst parts of history will.
Okay.
What was that?
I remember that. I know that.
Yeah, that's we know what that is.
Well done.
All right, kids, look up. Use your Google to look up who John Dwyer is, and you'll enjoy that even more.
Who edited that?
That's Doug.
Chris I did not edit that.
Oh, that was Chris.
I wrote it and
well done.
Gave some notes on the edit, but
it looks very nice.
Doug's an industry.
Wow.
Doug Industries.
Who is the city of the day, Matt?
Who is? That's a good question. I believe it is.
Are you worried about how you're looking on the show?
It's like my hair. It's a
directed it.
bad hair day. I'll be fine.
You look great, and I said to you this morning in the documentary,
yeah, but
you look even better.
Right.
You look better.
I've gained weight, but I've also gained mass.
Yeah, are you working out?
I am.
What are you doing?
Yeah, but weights. I got a guy named Brad helping me out.
A trainer.
Yeah.
This is big.
I'm getting big. But you look great. Like the last time we saw each other, not so much.
400 pounds.
Yeah, 400. What's your thing? I feel like everyone stopped drinking and everyone's looking so good now.
Yeah, I don't.
You in particular.
I continue to drink, but I'm not a big drinker.
Yeah. What's the success?
It's just the intermittent fasting. I don't eat before noon. I don't eat after 6.
And wherever that shot thing is that they give you, the doctors give you to keep you thin. What's that new thing that the people are doing?
He's trying to make an Odenkirk joke.
That joke is so.
I know it's gonna piss you off.
I know. Why do you want to piss me off? Like why?
Oh,
what for?
I'm sorry.
Because people are saying that to me.
Oh no.
And it's
sorry,
like no, I'm actually working hard on.
I know you
taking
are.
some
You
weird
are.
drug.
Okay, yeah.
What is the drug?
I don't know.
Ozempic or something?
Oh, I've
Ozempic.
seen commercials.
That's where I heard about it. But
It's
I want to get on it.
What's the?
It's a
diabetes
drug.
No, Tim is not. I'm not starting rumors or pushing rumors. Sorry, Tim.
That's okay.
You
know that
I know
get
you do.
that
Of
shit
course,
all
I know.
the
I
time.
see. Yeah.
What, from the internet?
Yeah. Speaking of that, well, let's see the city of the day.
It's Lechner, but it's okay.
Ooh, it's Jim Brewer.
Lechner? What is it?
Yeah, Lechner.
From Lechner.
Sorry, I'm a brother in cold with you, Tim, so bear with me. Madison, Wisconsin is the city of the day.
Oh, the best.
Never been.
Oh,
we miss you here.
What about that ice cream, Vic?
That was insane. Yeah, what was the name of that?
Chocolate shop.
Yeah.
Yeah. Joel Temperlane brought us a nice box of that.
Some curds.
Very good.
That was a great day in Madison.
Yeah,
Sitting outside.
That might have been top 2 favorite places of that tour for me. 1, 2.
I do have a question. Have you ever thought of collaborating with John C. on an album?
No.
Would you ever?
Would I?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if I have that. I don't know if that's where our. Yeah, sure. Who knows? The fuck is that?
What about
Looks
John?
like a snake. It's like a snake.
Wow.
I never realized a cat's tail could look like a snake.
Yeah, it's cool.
Thanks for the inquiry.
Okay.
Bye. The answer. I gave him an answer.
That felt a little lackluster at the end.
I do want to address a question, something that came up from last week's show.
Drone, please.
Yeah, really. I don't know if you happen to catch our deep dive into the Richard Dreyfuss. Yeah, can you? Yeah, we should start demanding that people sit this way.
It was. I can't. I just saw some visuals. I didn't watch.
Can you tilt down, Wes, or do you need some help?
Almost. Yeah.
Oh, it's so good. How does that feel?
Real good. Real relaxed.
Let's get the pillow back there.
So, anyways, it was a big hit. It was hilarious. I could have watched that all day long. And we posted it on my Instagram. And people love it. They're just fascinated by it. It's all in good fun. But some creep chimes in. What does he say here? He goes, Tim, giving Bill Maher a further platform is the least cool thing you've ever done.
Ever done.
Gross one, dude.
You've done worse.
Yes.
And then I just kind of was like, that's got to be a joke, right? Like, I can't believe that that's an actual point of view, right? And then he says, absolutely it can. As a democratic socialist, I'm not a democratic socialist, by the way. I don't know that. I mean, I do stuff with them. I've worked with them. I've gone to some events and meetings. I support them. I don't know. I don't really identify as anything except Tim Heidecker, the great Tim Heidecker.
Right. Great.
The legendary. As a democratic socialist, you're giving any sort of quarter to an old neoliberal transphobe? If you need these sorts of things pointed out to you, perhaps you're in the wrong party.
Oh, I'm telling you.
What a nice guy, huh?
Yeah, sorry you experienced that.
But
Just needs to get outside a little bit.
I feel bad for him because I don't think he understands the term platform. Like, we spent, first of all, I feel like we're fairly merciless when it comes to Bill Maher and the way we kind of perceive him as some kind of pig.
You're also giving Steve Gutenberg a really big platform last week. He didn't deserve that.
Well, but, I mean, what am I supposed to do when I get a clip of Richard Dreyfuss down, like slipping off his chair?
I know.
Sorry.
Like, are we not supposed to goof on shit now? Like, what are we supposed to goof on? Can I get a list?
Straight white men are not allowed.
This shit's gonna red pill me, you understand? So these wokesters gotta keep that in mind. I'm on the edge.
That's the problem. It keeps going.
Right, Matt?
You're
with me?
I'm with you.
It's like, what can I goof on?
There's
Can't someone say what they think and I say what I think and we just decide
I just want you to
what makes
like,
sense and what doesn't make
That's why
sense
I
based
switched
on
to
our own
these clove
interpretation.
cigarettes.
Like, first of all, Bill Maher doesn't need any like, everybody knows who Bill Maher is. Second of all, the difference between us sitting here and laughing and goofing on his stupid, creepy show that he has in his basement where he's probably done terrible things to people. The difference between that and like me having Bill Maher on and giving him like a platform for his kind of, diseased ideas about
A whole lot of shaking
the
going
current
on.
condition of the world is night and day.
Yes.
Want to try some weed?
And so just watch it.
Think
I'm not
again,
going to give the guys,
sunshine.
look at it, I did the responsible thing. I'm not calling this guy out publicly. If you want to see who it is, it's on the Instagram. I didn't delete it. But that whole comment thread, if you look at that, it's a nightmare. It turns into all this name calling and it's just all shitty. And I'm going to shut it all down.
Pull the plug.
Plan.
I did not catch what was causing Richard Dreyfuss to slide down.
Oh, the roofies he was given. I mean, the drugs he was given by Bill Maher, apparently.
What were those drugs?
Well, Maher greased up the chair a little too.
Sprayed it down with KY jelly.
He must have known. There's no way he just thought, like, I'm just relaxing and this is what a normal relaxed man
But
looks
what
like.
kind of guy do you got to be that has this point of view? Where
Oh,
you just
you wanna
everything has
stay on
got
this
Well,
guy.
Tim,
you
I
gotta
mean, there's always got to be
shaming me.
No matter what you do, there's going to be at least one comment that you can't believe. Right?
Totally. And listen,
You're giving this guy a platform now, which is
That's
part
fine.
of the problem.
But I don't have an issue with
It's your
giving
show.
people platforms.
It's your show, man.
Necessarily.
Yeah, but Tim,
I don't know. I mean, somebody call in. If you're this guy, call in. I'm not gonna like. My mind's open. Sort of.
We need some humor.
Tell me if I'm crazy here. Am I losing it?
Yeah.
Am I an old fossil?
Yeah.
We like open debates.
That's right. But God bless you. Please let me continue to goof on Bill Maher's Club Random. I don't know what I'm going to do.
And their whole thing is that they just drink and smoke and stuff as they
Smoke
chat.
cigars?
Everyone's just getting wasted and sliding
That's
down.
correct.
Yeah.
I'm kind of getting a little pissed as well. I'm annoyed. You can tell I'm annoyed because of the Berger clan back there. I feel like I'm getting whole. Doug, you know what I mean? I'm getting holes drilled in the back of my head by this one.
Hey. I'm trying to stay up, follow you here. That's all.
Do you watch Bill Maher real time?
No.
Do you know who Bill Maher is?
Heard of him.
Oh.
But no, that's part of the problem.
And by the way, maybe
Sorry.
we've exposed people to this concept, this novel concept that Bill Maher is a creep by goofing on him. So maybe it's actually, having this opposite effect that this clown is going.
Tim,
but seriously, you're just like, Matt, does he have to sit there?
What do you want me to do?
Is there somebody that
is
could, like
throw me out?
I hate to.
You wouldn't throw me out, would you?
Oh my God.
So
Get him out.
You want us to get him out?
get him out of here!
Get out of here, buddy.
Get him out! Get him the hell out! He's resisting. He's resisting.
Cameras.
Oh my God.
Get him out.
Get him out of
Darren,
here.
get him out.
Wow.
Get him out.
That's the bit.
Oh, see
That's
that?
the bit.
Whoa.
It's my show,
Thank
baby.
you.
Ladies
Thank
and
you.
gentlemen, it's all been a big goof.
Thank you.
We have with us in the studio an actual American gladiator. That's right.
Yeah, baby.
We got Malibu here.
What's up? Malibu in the house.
Malibu, one of the original.
Number 2 is not in America's DNA.
Are you watching this shit show?
Oh, man. I'm howling. You hear me?
You
howling?
loving it?
They keep going.
Oh, really?
Oh, it's hilarious.
Oh, good.
Hilarious.
I have no perspective on it. I'm losing my mind. Shall I call you Malibu or should I call you Darren?
No, you call me Malibu. Or Boo.
So we don't call you Darren.
No, you can call me.
I think and your
I'll call you Malibu. I just want to show respect.
Your choice. Your
all right.
choice.
Malibu, you are, first of all, of course, like I just said, one of the original American gladiators. But in this documentary, people are going to fall in fucking love with you.
Oh, man. You know what?
You are, it's him.
No. No, I keep on going because I think you're totally right.
Yeah.
Darren is one of the main protagonists of the doc, one of the main subjects, and there's no question that anyone who's seen this doc has fallen in love with you.
Oh, man.
Your life and your story
Thank you.
is so endearing and so kind of, engaging.
I'm so excited for the audience. I feel bad. I'm here. I'm happy to promote the documentary. First of all, Ben and I go back. I don't know if you know. We go back
Yeah, not
15 years. now.
I could tell
Over.
between the play between you guys that you guys were like tight.
Yeah. Ben started by working, not on an intern level. I want to make that clear.
Key PA, which is one step above intern.
In the Tim and Eric world, on Tom Goes to the Mayor?
Yeah. I flew out I moved here to start working on the second season of Tom Goes to the Mayor.
Yeah.
Which was canceled a bit after, and then we started doing Awesome Show.
Yeah. You were there early doing like the Tim and Eric podcast. Remember that?
Of course.
Tim
I
and Eric,
remember
the podcast.
everything.
Okay, well then we'll have to get into that. But what was I saying? Oh, I feel bad that people are watching this. You almost have to go back and watch this interview with these two guys again. This is a good way to double dip, man. Get people to watch twice.
I'm a double
the
dipper.
income. Yeah.
Anytime I can.
But after you see this thing, when does it come out?
It's a two-parter. May 30th, 8:30 Eastern.
Will it stream somewhere?
ESPN Plus, but part 2 premieres May 31st.
The next
This
year.
show just
the
can't be
next
about
day.
talking
So next
about
year.
numbers.
Yeah, next year. Yeah, we really want to space them out and get a lot of attention.
Suspense factor.
Have you seen the finished product?
Yes.
And you're proud of it?
A lot of notes.
I'm blown away. Yeah, it was amazing. And I was telling somebody I was interviewing with yesterday that I not only realized I'm in it, but I was so enthralled in the product and the documentary itself. I found like I was outside of myself watching this thing. It just blew me away.
Well, you must have learned a lot by watching it. Did you discover things about American gladiators that you didn't know just by watching the documentary?
Well, I was behind the scenes with a lot of these guys, so I kind of knew what was going on.
Right.
But I was pretty surprised with what was happening with Johnny and Dan Carr and
And
that
we don't
whole
want to
thread
we don't
and
want
that
to
stuff.
spoil
So-
anything.
No.
I know. I'm just big warning because there's some.
But man, that's some heavy stuff. I mean, people are just going to be totally blown away and immersed in the drama, the human drama. And that's the whole documentary, right? It's just the human drama, what really goes on, and
Well, there's so many layers to it.
Yes.
There's this beautiful American or sort of a sad, tragic American story going through the whole thing about the whole sort of labor union conflict that plays out throughout the documentary. I mean, the way, I hope this isn't any spoiler stuff, but one of the things that got me was this idea that when you guys were out there doing that, and I hope people, if you don't, I mean, some of my audience
Maybe
is a little
context
younger.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it was on every Saturday. It was a total phenomenon. What was the first season?
89.
89.
Yeah, 89.
So it was this competition. These guys, huge muscle men and women, come together and do these sort of crazy battles. We're jousting and fighting and very inventive and clever sort of obstacle course kind of things. You could
basically
look it up.
the first TV show that had everyday people come on, first reality show, everyday people come on and compete against these elite athletes.
Right.
And now you look at TV and there's all these different competition shows. It birthed all that.
And there was nothing like that before.
No. It was one of a kind when it happened. And I think it was like the classic David and Goliath story.
Sure.
You know what I mean? It was the average. It literally just tugged on the heartstrings of anybody who's ever played a sport in their lives or, wanted to be a pro baseball player. Said, man, I could do that if I just had a chance again. And all of a sudden they're back in their glory days fighting the Gladiator. So it was really amazing. And America just took it by storm. I mean, it took America by storm. It was just incredible.
But what you find out as you watch this is, first of all, you guys were not getting paid well, not getting paid appropriately, I think. You guys were getting hurt for real.
Oh, yeah.
There was didn't seem like there was a great system for safety going on. It was kind of the Wild West. And then the thing that blew me away was if you got hurt, it was on you.
Yeah.
It was on you. Can you believe it? It was on you to pay and to figure out treatment or.
Well, on that, if I can, on the heels of that, the very first day that we filmed, it's actually on the documentary.
Sounds like a good soundbite. Let me make sure we got this. Just to punch it in quick. Before
we wanted him to look like this so you would feel comfortable.
I do,
yeah,
totally,
that's the only way
totally.
he knows me.
Absolutely. So I'm doing this event called the Human Cannonball, right? And it's a thing where we're standing on this pedestal 15 feet off the ground, and these guys are swinging like Tarzan and kicking us off. Well, this guy, Brian Hudson, came swinging on, kicked me so hard that I literally lifted up off the platform, went flying backwards. And when I hit the pad, my own left knee came over, hit me in the head so hard that it gave me a concussion, a pretty bad concussion. And I have to have plastic surgery on my forehead because it just cut me all the way across. So to answer what you're saying about, I went to the emergency room and the doctors were talking to me and I was feeling like I am right now. And so, well, what day is it? And I'm like, well, it's
like feeling like how you feel every day now.
Yeah, but and then so they stitched me up and they said, well, you're done. You can't go back and do that show. And here's the doctor saying that, right? And I'm begging this guy. I said, you don't understand. This is my life. Yeah. This is the greatest shot I've ever had in the history of my life to do this awesome show. Yeah. So anyways, the way I got the doctor to agree to do it was I said, how would you like it if you went all through med school, you trained your whole life, you've done surgery after surgery, and someone comes to say and says, you can never operate again. And he said, wow. It was, all right, it's on you. But then he said, if you get another concussion, it could kill you or debilitate you so bad you could be in a wheelchair for the rest of your life.
And to decide to go back and risk it is that's stakes. That's storytelling. You know what I mean?
It's serious pucker factor every time we went into any
but that's
event.
your life. Like we can make jokes, but that's a wild thing to face.
Yeah, sure. I mean, you see that happening in all this, and certainly in football, and things have changed in the past few years where they're trying to address that. But it's the sad reality of some of this stuff is. Yep. There's a risk that you guys are taking out there for our amusement. I mean, that's all the show is. It's like we're sitting at home eating fucking tortilla chips going,
Didn't you say
and then
Saturday
you're like
morning?
literally on the verge of death.
And you're right. It just kind of casts you to the dogs after it happens. You know, when you're injured, and it's like, next, or bring on the next Gladiator.
Well, that's the thing is this idea that the producers in the studio, they know that there's a line out the door of guys, you know, not you, but with similar physique and similar, you know, you feel like you're expendable, I guess.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And those people are hungry. They'll do whatever it takes to get that job. So, yeah, it's a terrible thing to come up against that and feel like, okay, you're going to either be like a memory or you're going to get back on the show and try and go again when you're scared out of your mind sometimes.
Right.
So. I have a question for Malibu.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
This is Doug.
What was your background like as far as sports goes before you got on the show? Like what is? Yeah, that's the question.
Yeah. So
Watch the Doc Doug thing.
Hey, you know what? I'm saving it for the premiere, which I'm DJing.
Oh, by the way, Doug's DJing the premiere.
Am I allowed to?
Yeah, no, of course. I think maybe
no spoilers though.
Yeah, don't spoil.
No,
but
no.
yeah, I think your sports background.
Right. I don't think we talked about it, but I have a pretty extensive martial arts background. I started when I was 13 years old and studied boxing and Kempo karate and things like that. And then I got into an amazing sport called racquetball that took America by storm too in the 70s and 80s. So that's kind of my background.
Do you still do the racquetball?
No, I'm too trash.
You do
I
play pickleball?
That pickleball. A friend of mine told me about that, and I'm absolutely dying to
It's
try.
awesome. I'm in.
Yes.
The pickleball.
You are more than tennis.
I do it all, but
I would
pickleball is
like
my new-
you can invite me and Malibu to tennis or pickleball.
All right, I've got a question for Ben. Pardon me, Malibu.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, shoot.
What? Matt alerted me to this the other day. It stunned me. What's this fucking Netflix American Gladiators documentary?
Yeah.
Here we go again, right,
Jerome,
Ben?
And here we go again.
Here we go again.
Thank you for picking up on that. Yeah, there's a competing. Well, is that fair to say? I would say so. There's another documentary about American Gladiators that's going to be coming out to Netflix. Check it out, June something.
Okay.
plug the other doc. Yeah, it's got other gladiators. I don't know what it is, and I wish him the best.
You're not a part of this one.
No,
Or you are?
no.
He's double dipping now.
No, I wouldn't do it.
I mean, it's fair play. It's fair play to do whatever to be if you're going to document something, you don't have ownership over that necessarily.
Right.
No, certainly not. But I think exclusive interviews. That there was a moment when we found out about the other documentary that both camps were vying for gladiators
Sure.
and
Right.
doing whatever you got to do to get your glads.
But that documentary is like, when they were putting out Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio, and then Pauly Shore quickly put out this 3D action thing, this animated thing. It's the same thing, same kind of.
Well, there's as you kind of pointed out with the 30 for 30, there's a respectability and a clout, and so 30 for 30 is sort of like the Tiffany. Tiffany standard of sports documentaries.
Yeah, that's what I've found for sure.
Yeah, if you're an athlete or you're involved
Emmy
in
award winning,
you're like, oh, they're doing a 30 for 30 on me. That's the good shit.
I have a question for Ben.
Yes, sir.
Did you have the idea, or did 30 for 30 come to you?
Neither. Wow.
What happened?
Yeah, someone, Danny Gabay at Vice Studios, reached out to me.
Yeah, they're gone.
No comment. I can't comment. Everything's okay. Yeah, reached out and was like, "Hey, we're thinking about doing a documentary on American Gladiators, and would you want to consider doing it?" And I said, let me. I used to watch it when I was a kid. I remember Malibu. But let me look into it and see if there's a story there, because I don't want to just do a straight up nostalgia doc. And the moment I started looking into it a bit deeper, I found a couple things that were like, oh, this is something. We can do something with this. This could actually be kind of emotional and kind of smart in the way we approach it. So.
And how did it get to 30?
How did it get to 30? Hollywood
30.
pitch, baby.
Yeah,
we did a Hollywood pitch.
Two questions.
Adam Newhouse.
Okay. In the credits. Now this is
Who is the line producer of the?
You don't need to know.
In the credits.
You don't need to know that.
In the credits.
Yes.
Directed by Ben Burden.
Burden.
Burden. He's been a Burden.
That's what people would say. And co-directed by Kirk Johnson.
And co-directed by Kirk. Now, as an English-speaking man, what I would say is, why don't you get a co-directed credit? Why do you get directed?
I was the director. Kirk Johnson is a very close friend of mine who.
So you threw him a bone.
No, well, I'll tell you the whole thing.
I just want to understand.
Yeah. Kirk was like my right-hand man during the Amazing Jonathan doc, and then we started doing this doc, and he was extremely helpful. Malibu knows him very well, and knows how involved he was. And then while coming close to the end of production, I found out that I had like this very kind of rare kidney thing.
You did?
Yeah. And I had to basically go get like a significant, not a significant surgery, but it was like, it kind of went easily.
Right.
So now I'm cool.
I didn't know this, Ben. I'm sorry to hear it.
No, it's all good. I'm good now. My flow is good. My kidneys are good. Yeah. But I was like, yeah, Kirk, you keep on going. I don't know if I'm going to be able to come back or if I'm going to choose to come back. I got to deal with my health, and we'll figure out a directing credit for you. And then I came back 8 weeks later, and we continued working on it. But Kirk's great. He's a huge fan of yours, so shout out to Kirk. He's in Spain now, unfortunately.
I like to call him Captain Kirk. You ever do that on set?
No.
Jim.
Yeah, I haven't.
Oh, Jesus.
I gotta say, I gotta say that he came down and filmed my wedding in Puerto Vallarta.
Oh, that's right. Well, I was going to say that there's footage of you getting married.
Yes.
And when I'm watching this, I thought that must have been a reshoot, or that must have been like a staged thing, because it's so fun. Like when I'm watching documentaries, I'm like, how are you guys there for this? Like, because this looks good. Like it looks almost like too good.
Yeah.
But he came down to shoot your
He
wedding.
absolutely did, and I can't say enough great things about this guy. He's just a super guy. We get really good friends, and he was so gracious and generous and helpful, and put me and my wife at ease. She doesn't speak very good English; she's getting better. But what a great guy, man! Just really super cool.
Shout out to Kirk.
Definitely,
Captain Kirk.
Yep.
Actually, later in the movies, he becomes Admiral Kirk. So I don't know if we should keep up with that. Call him Admiral Kirk, Vic?
No, I would not.
I would not.
No. Why would you do that?
Well, in the movies.
He demands it?
No, in the movies, he gets the promotion. He becomes Admiral Kirk.
But then what do they call him then? Do they say Admiral Kirk?
Trying to give Doug some cues.
Yes, they call him Admiral
give me a
Kirk.
cue,
But if he's like Spock or Bones, they're going to call him Jim.
Yeah, Jim, because they're close.
Yeah.
Right.
Just trying to stay focused here. It's very hard.
I can't believe.
Mark Maron had
Mark Maron passed on having me on the show.
Really?
Yeah.
Whoa. Twice.
I appealed.
This guy
I appealed to Brendan.
Oh my God.
The producer.
Yeah, I know that guy.
I don't know him, but someday he'll know me.
Well, this documentary is going to get so much great critical attention that he's going to be ruining the day. Where's
Tim, give him a call right now. Give him on the phone.
Hold on.
Are you doing drops too?
Yeah.
Matt's drops are so much louder than ours.
Well,
I'm usually doing playback.
Freak out.
It's because he's judicious with them.
I actually talked to Marin and asked him why didn't he get you on. He said,
I'm not a huge fan.
It's true.
Well, let's hear this Marin drop that Matt discovered yesterday.
Look on. Sax.
So that's he had Smokey Robinson on.
Yeah,
talking
I
about
listened
Tears
to that
with
last night.
Look at me.
Wow.
I'm like fucking Malibu here, right?
Cool down.
What the fuck is going on?
Why is one so much huger than the other?
What is going on here, folks?
You need a sip? You want to cool down?
What's one?
Comedy genius.
Left arm is.
I got some drinks.
It smells great. It smells totally fine. It
what
smells
kind
like
of drinks
fresh
do you got
water.
there, Ben?
I got energy drinks.
I can't believe this. You don't see
they're not.
David Letterman acting like this or Conan O'Brien. What is all that? What are you promoting something?
Are those American Gladiator
Getting
drinks?
prepared to, if you need a sip of something, we got different energy drinks.
Oh, you got Monster.
If you want.
Why?
I
don't
would.
get this.
I
What's
would
going
take
on?
one.
I'm just saying, if you want a sip.
Yeah.
If you want a sip.
Did you bring this as a joke?
No,
prop, or
no,
you
this
just
is just what I have in my bag. Yeah, anything. Matt, happy to have one. This
Can I ask
prime
you-
prime is mine.
So
What is Thank you.
I don't know what he's doing.
I'm just promoting. I'm promoting. I'm looking for a sponsor.
Malibu,
Don't pay no attention. Just I'm
Malibu,
trying to
not-
get people sips.
Malibu, not to bring things down or make it dark, but you overcame some serious addiction because of your pain, because of the injuries, correct?
Yeah, it was a combination of things. It was a bunch of different issues. One, my wife passed away. I lost my mom, my sister, my father in a matter of like 5 years, and I was sustaining injury after injury after injury, and finally I just trashed my hip so bad that I couldn't even step into the shower. It was so painful. And over the years, the funny thing about that was that doctors were offering painkillers to me for 15 years from all the stunts I was doing things. I always turned them down.
Yeah.
But this last time, I just think it was
too much.
Just way too much. Yeah, too much pain mentally, emotionally, physically. And I said, well, I'll try the stuff. He said, it's OxyContin. He goes, well, but he goes like this. He says, listen, it's not addictive.
Sure.
He said, but you may become dependent. And I said, well that sounds like
This
the
is
same
semantical.
thing. Exactly.
Yeah.
And he said, no, you've never had an addiction issue. I go, no, I didn't. And then I took it, and I was so addicted to it within 2 months.
Like that.
Unbelievable.
Yeah,
Unbelievable.
it's-
Because it was medicating my emotions. I wasn't suffering over missing my wife or my mom and the pain. And of course, it has diminishing returns. Of course, they don't tell you that because you've got to take it more and more and more to quell the pain.
Jesus.
So it got to be a nightmare.
How did you break the cycle? How did you get clean?
Honestly, I went to rehab about 4-5 times and I failed.
Oh my! I can't. But like, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It's so moving and emotional to hear somebody that. I mean, I don't know if I could. I don't know if I imagine the people that just fail and actually fail and just give up. But to fail 4 times and then keep doing it, Jesus Christ, man.
Yeah. I kept,
maybe quite literally, and then I'm not sure exactly when you found a very strong sense of faith.
Yes, it was that time when I really started reaching back into my faith, my Christian faith, and just getting down, start reading my Bible. And I remember just literally sitting on, I don't know if I told you this, but I was on my living room floor and I said, God, you can either take me to heaven right now and take me out. I want to check out. I'm too much of a coward to kill myself, or help me get through this. I said, it's one of the two. I can't do this anymore. Yeah. And my poor daughters were just tortured seeing their dad, doing what I did, and just broke their hearts. And they'd lost their mom. So, by the grace of God, like I said, the 5th time it just caught
Something
on,
clicked.
and it was like, I'm not going to ever do this again.
Yeah.
And,
Nice,
But
Vic.
we went quite a while without a drop.
No,
which
that's
was inappropriate.
You understand? These guys talk about addiction. I know. Talk about fucking.
Seriously.
No, that's beautiful, and whatever works, man. I'm not a believer, but if it works for you, God bless you. And that's ironic for me to say.
well, no,
you grew up
interesting.
Catholic.
My joke is I was born Catholic, therefore I'm an agnostic.
Yes.
But I could ask, like, what does that like entail for you, like the religious aspect for you? What is your daily, weekly life? How's that involved?
Honestly, I usually wake up. Actually, I manage a sober living house now, so that keeps me very, very busy. I'm working with 9 different addicts, recovering addicts, and alcoholics. So anytime I have any free space is usually around 1 o'clock in the morning. So I'll get up and I'll study from about 1 o'clock in the morning till close to 4:30 or 5. Then I'll go to the gym. And so it entails I'm reading my Bible about 2 hours a night, praying, and having the opportunity to counsel other people, counseling mothers that are hurting and suicidal people. I mean, it's amazing. I just think it's amazing what God has done, turned that tragedy in such a triumph where I can help people out.
Awesome.
So I appreciate the question.
Yeah, sure.
And throughout this process, Malibu has converted me to
Jews for Jesus?
Yes, absolutely. So we're on the right path here.
All right.
Are you messing around?
Of course I'm messing around.
I like it's really funny about this documentary.
I love you, man.
Of course.
There's something really funny about the documentary that I don't know if everyone's going to find funny, but me knowing Ben, and now you knowing Ben, is seeing you show up in various places in Erie, Pennsylvania, and Florida, and you're like hipster Jew. Walking into these places.
I say I'm very neutral.
Yeah, and you're walking into a world of that is not that.
Big people, big personalities, a lot of muscles, a lot of
and
aggression.
they must look at you like, the fuck? But everyone's so nice to you. Everyone's so like welcoming and open and honest. You get a lot out of people.
Well, thank you. I think when you have a camera there, it kind of helps people.
Yeah. I love the brother, by the way.
The Jew thing I just do for the
yes,
homeboys.
What the Dan Carr's brother?
Yeah,
Donnie, Dale Vicos. I thinking cutting certain scenes and like experiencing certain scenes, you couldn't help but think like Tim's gonna like this. Like this feels like Bob Levy, the director, burping. It's just like this. There's some Tim and Eric-y, or what I'd like to say, kind of in the grander sense, our taste in this doc. Yet. So you got these goofy burps and
but the brother. The thing that's funny about the brother is he's towing this sort of positive line that doesn't seem to be connected to any sort of truth.
Where'd that come from?
He's like
Malibu to laugh.
He reminded me of what's his name? Baghdad. What's that?
Bob.
Baghdad Bob. Who's the guy that was sort of like the minister of propaganda for for Saddam Hussein. He was just like, everything is great.
Yeah. No, that completely. And the performance.
All right.
He was so performative for the camera that it just anyone who's like on and like wants to be very precise, like it's funny. It's like no, we're just here to talk, man.
Right.
Oh,
I love when
we'll come over here.
People turn it on because the camera's on. It's kind of the last thing you want in general. But there's something when it's sort of that. It's
when it's that level of kind
really
of
funny.
I don't want to say fake, but put on and presented.
Yeah.
It's very funny.
I really loved
Ben
it.
kind of zinged him a little at the end of it. Didn't you say
I said
thanks for the presentation?
Yes. Thank you for I wanted to make it feel like in the moment of like a general meeting or a pitch where I'm on the side being pitched. Thank you. We'll be in touch.
Yeah.
Good.
You're like, well, that was a total waste of time. In reality,
which I don't see it as a waste of time.
No.
I just see it as like not overtly sincere. So it's I don't know.
Right.
There's a lot of humor there.
Well, there's so much more to talk about. I think I'm doing a great job interviewing you.
Phenomenal.
Absolutely.
Right? I mean, this is way better than Mark fucking Maron. No, I love you, Mark.
And me and Vic got some great questions in too.
You really did. Let's hear it for Vic.
Absolutely.
Let's take a quick zoomer, and then we'll take a break. And we have so much more to get to because I believe Malibu's agreed to demonstrate his incredible strength. Woo. So we're going to see that later, which he's already done by picking up Vic.
I'm excited.
We'll watch the trailer after.
Okay.
While the break during the break.
I also want to make some news here. We've created a challenge for Vic and Doug to fulfill a dream I have of the way I wish Tom Hanks would look. And we shall see that dream fulfilled.
That's
just a normal thing for someone to say, right?
That's funny to hear.
I got a really bad rash on my crotch when I was cast away.
All right, wait, we're not doing it now.
I know, we're just teasing.
It's a tease.
Showing him.
That's Tom Hanks 2023. Here's how I wish Tom Hanks looked in 2023. How are these doing? I've never seen anything like
Take a
it.
sip. I'm trying to offer you liquids here. You need something.
I'm all the liquids are.
You need hydration.
We should see my pants. They're fully pissed out.
Hydration.
Really?
Laryl Dump. You got a question
it's
for
prime.
everybody?
You don't want anything?
Does anyone want this ghost drink that has 1,000 ingredients that I'm not going to drink?
No. You know what I want is like a ghost pepper energy drink. Except really spicy.
Get heat, get hot. It's a little cold in here.
Laryl?
A
Are you there, Laryl?
Hey, Laryl.
I have water.
Hello, everybody. Glad to be back here with you.
Hey, let me ask you a question real quick. How's the show so far? Is it just a complete cacophony of a mess, or is it a fun one?
Honest to God, I feel like I've had fun, and at the same time, we're diving into deep things here. I had a question that way. I work as a social worker. I work with adults who, often experience mental health, chemical dependency issues. And I guess my question is like the understanding of so much of that is support and what you want, like what you just have to be able to do it if you want to make a change. And I'm asking you guys.
Well, ask Malibu because he seems to be the expert.
Malibu, forgive me. What I'm asking is that how would you suggest to others that maybe don't have support? How do you find kind of that hope?
Yeah, that's a fantastic question. And the best thing I would suggest is there's some really good treatment programs where they're going to embrace you and you're going to get some of the top-notch counseling that you could possibly get. And there's a camaraderie there between the therapist and some of the other patients when they're, because everybody's trying to get into recovery together. And there are programs that'll actually keep you involved for up to 5 months, depending on what type of insurance you have. It's different from state to state. But yeah, that is the best way to go. You've got to have accountability, and you have to have a support system. That is just key, because so many people are out there. When you're an addict, your tendency is to completely isolate yourself from everybody and get lost in your addiction or your depression or whatever that is. So it's crucial that they reach out and just go ask for help and or make a call if they can. I think it's 212. Anybody can call 212 area code, and it'll give them a self-help line for addiction.
Wait a minute, 212 what?
Just 212 instead of
really?
Instead
like
of,
almost like 911.
Yes, exactly.
Get out.
Exactly. Yeah.
Wow.
Right. So you dial 212 and they'll lock you in. They'll get an interview and they'll have resources available for you.
I had no idea.
Do you think, not to get political, But as a country, do we do enough to provide these kind of services for people?
No.
Not even close.
Not even close. Not even
And
close.
how high of a priority should it be?
So, come on, it should be up in the top notch because fentanyl right now
Yeah.
is, I mean, first, well, it's getting political, but it's flooding in across the border
Yes.
right now. And I've watched several people that have just literally died that I was with. I mean, lost a really good friend, a young kid that's 24 years old, one pill of fentanyl and they're gone. And so, yeah, it's just terrible what's happening. You know,
we should be as a nation, as a civic duty to our fellow citizens, we should be creating a system that is right there for them. Fuck insurance.
Yep.
Fuck, you know, like this is well spent money by our taxpayers.
Without a doubt, it should be a priority. I mean, it's like how can we not care for our own people that are going through these terrible, terrible issues of life? And so I agree with you 100%.
And it works.
No, it absolutely works. It absolutely works.
All right. Well, thank you, caller, for your service, for you doing that kind of
thank
work.
you.
That's
God bless you for that, man.
Oftentimes
That's
thankless work and underappreciated, undervalued.
Yep.
All right. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to take a 5-minute break. We're going to show the American Gladiators documentary trailer and be back with more.
The worst parts of history will definitely repeat itself if we don't remember. That means the whole story.
Long before there was reality TV shows, there was American Gladiators.
Nice, wow, exciting.
Part sport, part game show, but all American.
American Gladiator.
American Gladiator.
The roughest show on TV.
Ordinary folks fighting against futuristic warriors.
Can the little guy beat the Goliath?
The #1 syndicated show on television.
Excuse me. And I have no idea, excuse me.
The heart and soul of the project was absolutely Johnny Ferraro.
Johnny Ferraro.
Johnny Ferraro.
But he's aware that not all the gladiators love him like I do.
Are you going to tell the right story? Because this is your vision.
Am I going to tell the right story?
Are you going to tell my story? Is your vision my vision?
I had more injuries in 3 weeks than I ever had in a whole football season.
You know how much money we make? $25,000 a year. I'm very protective of the brand.
There's this mysterious Dan Carr.
He is in the shadows.
He wants you to find him.
Somebody said that Johnny stole Danny Carr's idea. I mean, who's telling the truth?
I don't want to talk about that one.
Dedicated to those 3 great artists who we'll never forget. Namely, Mr. Jimi Hendrix, Miss Janis Joplin, and Mr. Jimmy Morrison. Why did they have to die so young? Why did they have to go? If anyone can tell me why, I'd really like to know. Why did they have to die so young? Why did they have to go? Hendrix, Joplin, and Morrison, oh, how we love them so.